Hi everybody, this is Michal from Tri Ventures, and today we're continuing our interviews with our CEOs portfolio. And today I'm very happy to have Omri Yofi with us here from New York. Hi Omri.
Hey there, how are you,
How are
Michal?
you doing? Good, and you?
Very good, very
How are
good.
things in New York on, what is it, the 27th of April?
Yeah, some COVID stuff, but overall we are in good spirits and things are starting to ramp up back. So no complaints.
Good. We're also starting to open up here in Israel. People are getting back to the office. People are getting back to the streets. So we just hope it will continue this way.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's good signs. And Omri, we've been doing those interviews and talking with people like you that have a lot of experience in digital health and digital wellness in the shadow of COVID. It will be wonderful if, first of all, you can share with us a little bit about V, your products, your activities, and what's going on these days.
Definitely. Great to be with you guys. Indeed, V in very short is with a mission of what we call democratizing digital wellness. In simple words, how do we use technology to lower the barrier for basically every person around the world to get high quality wellness and fitness coaching? Super relevant in the Corona days. We'll get to it in a second. And we do that through two main assets. The first is a digital coach called V, basically an SDK that you can implement into any type of phone, wearable, fitness device, and more. And basically, it's a digital coach that is collecting data points and then reacting in real time to your workout and off workouts with different types of advice throughout your day using voice and text. And the second part is a powerful data science stack that is designed to help very large install bases. It can be large gyms, nutrition services, healthcare providers, and even insurance companies. Basically, the ability to implement V across large install bases and then use lots of data points collected to increase engagement and to improve basically dollars top line at the end of the day.
That's great. So you have today V, the virtual coacher, and recently you've launched another app called Torch, which is a great social race that I'm using all the time.
It is. You are, and we're proud you are. And again, just to keep it very simple, we saw that beyond the one-on-one digital coaching, when people go, for example, for a run or to do any other workout, V is very effective to hold their hand and to give them feedback. But we saw that engagement significantly spikes when you add a social layer on top of it. And it's very, if you can look at the gaming world and other social network and viral networks out there. And we use the same vision of basically not only giving you a one-on-one workout experience, but hosting virtual races and one-on-one races and the ability of people to challenge each other and invite each other and create leaderboards and so forth. Super cool stuff. And we saw enough engagements within the V Trainer app that we saw, let's give it the, set the stage for Prime for this type of social experience. And we just launched a very exciting product called Torch. And you can stay tuned for some awesome releases to come up. So Torch is V's social evolution, if you will.
No, that's great. And I'm sure that with more activity in the virtual kind of space, now that the gyms are closed and people cannot always get even to Central Park and run outside, do you see any change on your users' activity?
Yeah, that's actually that's a big deal. Gyms are very similar, actually identical to what's going on with the travel world, with the airlines and so forth. Gyms moved from 100% revenue to zero in 2 days across the world. Huge industries of tens of billions of dollars only in the US that were shut down. And we are experiencing a very challenging and fascinating experience with them, with basically helping them to transform a pure physical service into a digital one. You can imagine one of the world's biggest taxi stations becoming an Uber over a few days. Obviously, lots of friction and lots of pain on the way. but we embrace it, and we're very excited that we have the right technology to help them do so. So I don't see gyms staying in this position. They're basically going into a hybrid digital and physical mode after they will reopen as well. And when thinking of, I look at some of your videos at Thrive Ventures with your other CEOs. You guys are the first to have this vision and to basically understand that it's not about pure digital or pure physical. It's how do you blend between the physical world and anything else that you can do remotely. And that's exactly what we're doing with gyms as we speak.
No, that's amazing. We do see it in other companies where non-digitalized medical and wellness companies are actually adding digital services to their platform and enabling their customers to enjoy the services not only on-premise but off-premise. And I'm very, very glad to see that huge uptake. I know that you are partnered already with several gym manufacturers and gym franchises. And I'm glad to see that it's expanding over time, because I think 1 + 1 really equals more than 2, especially as, digital wellness today, it's part of our life. Tell me, you've been in this industry for quite a while. How do you see this kind of us getting pushed into the digitalized world? I think with the COVID-19 kind of crisis, we're forced to enter a much more digitalized world. Do you think that it will expand, it will continue, or do you think once we'll all go back to our normal life, it will shrink again?
So I think it's going to be a double sinus, if you will. It's not going to, we're not moving digital overnight. I think the most important is the behavioral and business leadership mindset change. That's a digital transformation is needed, and it has value, and they got a push of get a taste out of it, and then when we reopen back, the day-to-day troubles will go back, and I think that it will significantly expedite the digital transformation. Then we'll see about, I would say, 6 to 12 months of most organizations investing and basically cutting other resources to invest more in digital wellness and fitness. And it will take time, and we need to be as adaptive and aggressive as possible to adapt ourselves to this type of reinvestment process.
No, that's very true. I know that you were focusing originally to validate the product and make sure that the product is very well designed to the like of your customers. I know you're focusing first on B2C, and now it sounds like you're doing much more activity on B2B, B2B2C. Tell us a little bit. Did you start working with wellness corporate activity as well these days?
Yes, so exactly as you said, we decided that we in order to deliver the value we want to, which is at the end of the day help lower the barrier for people around the world to live healthier and active lifestyle, we need to meet the consumer. And we started, as you said, with a direct-to-consumer approach, lots of dollars and scars on the way. But the good news that we built a very strong foundation on the consumer part, but then we saw that in order to really scale, we need the B2B2C large-scale partners. And to your point, corporate wellness, any type of connected service or device that is touching people about their health and fitness is relevant. And yes, to your point, I think this blend of owning a very strong consumer experience and collecting relevant anonymous data to deliver an experience, but on the other hand, partner with the right partners is the right formula that we found.
That's great. And, Omri, you've been around the block in this industry for quite a while. The whole world kind of shook with this crisis.
Yeah.
Anything that kind of prepared you as a leader, as a CEO of an organization? You have offices both in New York and in Israel. Those are large teams. What prepared you to do those kind of quick adoptions?
I would say three main things. The first is stay humble. None of us are prophets. I hope so. If you find someone, I want to meet him and get his help or her help. And I think number one is don't assume you have a bullish known vision that will happen because you build things and you bring the best people. We do not know many variables, and we need to stay humble and careful in terms of assuming what will happen. Number one. Number two, stay nimble and lean. Be very scrappy. Decrease your burn and your resources, not for the sake of not burning dollars, just for the sake of staying enough, to be lean and adaptive, to be able to, once you have a product market fit and understanding, that you can double down. And the last part is team and culture. Like it's the biggest cliche, but it's the most true one. Make sure that you cultivate a very strong team culture based on the 2 points I've mentioned, that you walk the walk as a CEO, that if you do mistakes, you don't just, oversell things that you don't think you can accomplish. You go a step back and then re-execute. So those are obvious things, but sometimes, hard to execute. So I would keep those 3 lessons to myself.
No, I love it. Keep being humble is important. In general, we always know that people or groups that adapt quickly are the ones that will survive crises and changes in the market, which is for a small company also a crisis. And I have to say that you and your team have demonstrated one time after the other that you know how to change, adapt quickly. And I think that this crisis have shown it again. That's terrific. Omri, you're in the base of the storm, and I hope that things will calm down back in New York. I'm very glad to hear that more and more people are using your technology and solution and products and love it. And I really thank you for the journey, and thank you for taking the time today to chat with us.
Same here, and just to wrap up on my end, it's not trivial at all to go through the journey we went through and to go to where we are. Thrive Ventures, I promise Michal I won't say it, but I will. You guys came with a digital health vision from the start, and you stayed and still staying with us as we speak, and we just appreciate the partnership and looking forward for what's to come.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Cheers. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye. Thank you.